What's up guys, Magic Knives here, and in this video I'm doing an Airsoft review on the VFC MP5A4. This thing is pretty awesome. Let's get into it. So this is an AEG, and this is an amazing replica, man. I cannot begin to tell you how many good things it's got going for it. Alright, so first off, we'll start from the rear. It's got the fixed stock here, and this is actually where you'll house your battery. So there's a little pin here that you just have to push out, and it'll just slide out here. And once you take the pin out, you can slide the stock off, and there you have your rear wired cords to plug in your battery. It's got a decent amount of battery space. You can even fit a small candy size bar battery through the little buffer tube there. From there you have a very nice pistol grip. I actually really like the feel of this. It's polymer. Pretty much what's the stock itself is polymer, the lower receiver is polymer, and the front handguard is polymer. Everything else is metal, which is pretty awesome. Gives it a good 6-pound weight, which is nice. You got now a lot of the nice trademarks around the gun, including for the fire selector. Got some trademarks there. You got some on the top here, which is pretty nice. The firing modes for this, as you can see, are you got the safe, then you have semi, you have 3-round burst, and then you have a full auto. Alright, it's pretty freaking awesome, and it's ambidextrous, so you can have it on both sides. Obviously, if you're ready, you're probably gonna stick with using using your thumb to adjust it. But I find actually when I push it all the way forward, it's more comfortable for me to use my index finger to pull it back onto safe. Alright, but if it's just on semi, then you can still use your thumb to push it back into safe. Okay. The magazine that it comes with is a 200 round high cap magazine, which I've used it a few times. It's okay. It's not the best. It doesn't feed the best, and it also doesn't. It doesn't click into the gun very well. It does take quite a bit of force, which is kind of disappointing. Anything, I would definitely switch this out for a mid-cap magazine. Mid-caps are 95 rounds, but it'll be reasonable enough for you if you want to run with this type of gun. So yeah, that's definitely one gripe with this gun. The magazine could have been better, or at least it would have been nice if they had a mid-cap for this instead. Obviously, with the MP5 with the magazine, to remove it, just like with an AK, you have to press the paddle here at the back, and you just pull it out like that. You can do it like this as well with the M4 style mag release, but it's just a little bit too far for my liking. I mean, I can kind of reach it, but actually I can barely reach. I really have to extend it out, which obviously I wouldn't bother with this. I would just stick with the AK style paddle release. So definitely you know, that is a little bit of a design flaw with the MP5, as we all probably know when it comes to the MP5. So we just stick with the paddle release. So you also have the sling points right on the stock here. Obviously, if you want to go with the A5 version with the adjustable stock, then the wiring will be here at the handguard instead. But personally, I like sort of the long profile of the MP5. It's not too short for my liking, so I actually kind of prefer this method, so it looks somewhat like somewhat almost the similar size of a rifle, right? You also have another sling attachment point here as well as here, although I really don't know. I would probably run a 1-point sling down here and just keep it nice and short, because when I tried it with my own sling from my M4, it was a little too much dangling down, so I would definitely have to shorten that. Alright. The other thing, the trigger itself is pretty nice. This is actually already pre-installed with a MOSFET, which is a very nice trigger. A little bit slow on the response time, but it'll still cycle very well. So I still give it some credit. The sights you have are your traditional MP5 sights with the aperture and the non-adjustable front sight here. The rear sight itself is adjustable. You can turn it left or right depending on which aperture you want, how big or how small. You can also adjust the windage. I'm not sure about elevation. I think you can adjust a little bit with the notch, but mainly I had to adjust this quite a bit because when I first got this out of the box, it was missing to the right of my target, so I actually really had to screw this in all the way, so push it left. Now it's properly aligned. I can actually shoot this more straighter. So that's one thing you'll have to look out for if you do get this out of the box. It might not shoot perfectly straight out of the box, right? So you might have to play around with that. But other than that, still pretty good. I would really want to get a red dot sight for this. You do have to get a claw mount for it, so you can add some rails here, and then you can put the red dot sight. I'm already getting one at the moment, and you got the muzzle device here, which you actually can screw off and put on any muzzle device, maybe a suppressor if you want to really make it look cool. That would be pretty sick actually. And finally, the best part of this whole gun is the charging handle. You just pull it back like this, lock it back, and you can adjust your hop up right here. It's just a slide hop up, so you pull it back for more hop, push it forward for less hop. And yeah, the best part is, of course, with the charging handle, is you can do the H&K slap, and it sounds freaking beautiful. You cannot stop doing this. It's just too much fun and so satisfying. So you're gonna be playing with this. I'm sorry, you're gonna be once you get this gun, you're just gonna be doing it non-stop, and because it's just so satisfying. But yeah, overall, as well, guys, the FPS for this gun is, because it's the Canadian version, it's shooting at around 375 feet per second, which is actually still pretty good. If I were to go out and play with this right now, we're at this field where I'm at, the limit there is 380, so I would be able to get away with not having to worry about changing the spring out or anything. So I'd be pretty set to go with this. Maybe if you're in the States, they'll probably be shooting a little lower, so I guess if you wanted to change the spring out for a harder one, then you could. But if you get this version, you're good to go. You don't even have to worry about removing the orange tip, because in Canada we don't have to deal with orange tips, which is nice. And overall, yeah, you get a very nice replica. Other than that, guys, really nice replica. Definitely gonna get a red dot sight for this. This actually isn't a gun that I'll be running with. I actually, because I work at an airsoft range, I actually got this for the airsoft range because we needed some more guns. We needed some more cooler guns, and I figured what better gun to add to the collection than the iconic MP5. And so far, a lot of the people that have shot it have really enjoyed it, and I hope we can continue to improve the look of this gun as well as the performance. Especially once we add the red dot, it'll be a lot more easier for people to shoot with because they won't have to rely on the iron sights, which is nice. So yeah, we will. We're really excited to get this gun more popular within the airsoft range that I work at. So yeah, hopefully that works out. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. And hopefully I'll see you in my future videos. And until next time, peace out.